I'll move to the next item, which is on governance and institutions underneath the Constitution, and Jesse Rogers will be taking us through that.
Okay, Your Excellency, perhaps just to begin on matters governance, I'd like to touch on your declaration that government appointments are sort of a preserve of those who voted in favor of the Kenya Kwanza government. Just perhaps to put the words into context, quote unquote, this is what you mentioned: the government is a company that has shares, their owners who have majority shares, and those with just a few, while others do not have any. You invested in this government, you must reap. That's what you're quoted as saying. And as a matter of fact, we believe today you agitated for the same message at Tharaka Nithi County while you were with the president. And that begs the question, this is a symbol of national unity, the presidency. And in fact, is it your sincere thought that this is how governments should work?
Thank you very much for asking that question. It's a very pertinent question. What I said in Kericho, and I believe in it, is that a government is like a company. I didn't say a government is a company. I said it's like a company. In every company, there are shares. Preferential shares, ordinary shares. When there is an AGM, non-shareholders do not attend the AGM. When there are dividends to be divided, they are divided according to the number of shares. That is the truth. What I said is that as a government, in terms of development, in terms of public resources, all Kenyans must be treated equally. And the president does not dish out development. Appropriation of funds for development is done by the National Assembly, and all parties are represented through the budget cycle. And therefore, the issue of discrimination, in far as resources are concerned, is non-existent. All Kenyans are taxpayers, and the government of President William Ruto and I will serve all Kenyans equally in matters development. In fact, last month, the president and I, and the entire government, were in Luo Nyanza, where we were not voted in what I would call an acceptable manner. We got very few votes, and we are thankful for those few votes. We were in Siaya, unveiling development projects. We were in Homa Bay. We were doing 2,000 affordable housing. We were doing a PIA at Homa Bay. We were in Kisumu. Because even if those people did not vote for us, they are Kenyans and they pay taxes. But when it comes to forming government, no president anywhere in the world would invite people to his government who do not believe in him, who do not believe in his agenda, who cannot support him because they don't understand his agenda. And that is where the issue of shares came. That it is by the number of shares that you have in that administration that demonstrates your commensurate commitment to the success of that government. And I gave an example. I said if you are a farmer and you are planting, you plant, you wind, you apply fertilizer, you irrigate. When the time comes to harvest, you go to the shamba and harvest. But a fellow who was standing by the fence, shouting at you and saying, you farmer, you are foolish. That maize you are planting will get nowhere. That seed is rotten. This farming cannot succeed in this area. Farming is not a good thing as we are livestock herders. How then can you invite that person to come and assist you to harvest? He doesn't believe in you. What I said in parables, and I like using figurative language because I'm a student of literature, and it's one of the most effective ways of communicating to the people, especially the people down there at the bottom of the pyramid. And that's my gift. I talk to the people directly. What I was saying, the people who are opposed to President William Ruto, saying that he is a thief, he is incapable of running this country, he has no agenda. The bottom-up economic transformative agenda is useless. There is no way we can allow him to invite those people to his cabinet, to be his principal secretaries, to be ambassadors. They do not believe in him. They do not believe in his agenda. How then can they come and demand to be included in that government? That's what I was saying.
Okay.
When I go to Statehouse, and I said, I fight them there. Every day. That's what I said. I fight them there People who are shouting at President William Ruto, saying he is useless, he is a thief, he will ruin this country, and they are there lining up that they want to be given positions. I say no. Let us first give positions to those who believe in President William Ruto, to those who believe in the bottom-up economic transformative agenda. Those are the people who will help him. And let me tell you, before you tell me, that is a mistake President Uhuru Kenyatta made. He went and brought people through the handshake who did not believe in the Big Four agenda, who did not believe in the Jubilee agenda, people who had been opposed to his leadership, people who had been opposed to his economic programs. He brought them into his government. What happened? Everything came to a standstill. The economy got destroyed. By the time he left, the country was finished. We cannot make that mistake. And that is what I meant. But in matters development, in matters public resources, every Kenyan will benefit from this government.
Your Excellency, with all due respect, Article 38 of the Constitution talks about political rights in the sense that every citizen is free to make political choices. That is a fundamental right and freedom.
Absolutely.
So what are you saying by saying the former president made a mistake to bring other people who never supported him into government? And what are you saying? Because if it's a right for every Kenyan to make a choice,
it's a right.
And then tied to Article 131 as the presidency, the symbol of unity.
That is true.
So in essence,
that is true, but choices have consequences. That is true. It's a political right to choose whoever you want, but choices have consequences.
Okay.
There is no way you can say you don't believe in William Ruto. You don't believe in his programs. You don't believe in his what he stands for, and then you want to be a member of his cabinet. How can you help him to transform the country? How can you help him govern? What I'm saying is, even in those areas where we are not voted for, we have people in the cabinet who believe in us. It does not mean because that area did not vote for us, everybody in that area does not believe in us. Eliud Awalo from Siaya believed in William Ruto and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. And that is why today he is cabinet secretary for ICT. Raymond Omolo, he believed in Dr. William Ruto and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. That is today why he is a PS for Interior. Mr. Kobundo is a CS for Trade. We are saying in every part of the country, there are those who believed in President William Ruto and his programs. So what we are telling Azimio people, when you make a bed, you must lie on it.
Okay.
Don't force us to take people who don't believe in us. Among your support base, we have people who believe in us. Those are the ones we shall choose, and those are the ones who will join our government. And in every part of this country, every community is represented. The issue we have with Azimio, they want us to bring us Azimio people in our government.
But Deputy President...
Because they sabotage our government, the way they sabotage the Uhuru Kenyatta, we cannot agree.
Deputy President, in all fairness, you can say whatever you've said, but the Azimio people are not here to say they're not lining at Statehouse for government
You will
jobs.
call them to ask them.
But in all fairness, I'm saying, can you maybe say a few names, one or two, who are these people?
I don't have to say because, let me tell you, these people, one, they say they don't recognize President William Ruto and they don't recognize his government. Then the following day they are saying this government is discriminating against us. How? If you don't believe in the president, if you don't believe in his government, how then do you expect to be included in his government and you have said yourself publicly in broad daylight that you don't recognize him, that he is not in office legally, yet you are claiming you want your supporters who are clapping when you are saying you don't recognize William Ruto to be in your government. On a further note, when we try to reach out to everybody for national cohesion, for national unity, we hosted members of parliament from ODM, from Luo Nyanza. What happened? They were de-whipped. They were threatened. They were thrown out of meetings. So these people, they are speaking from both sides of the mouth. They are saying on one hand, we want to be included in the government of President William Ruto. On another hand, they are saying we don't recognize President William Ruto. When a few leaders decide that it makes sense to engage the president, to discuss development with him, because the elections are over, they go and have a meeting with the president. the MP for Langata Jalango, was thrown out of the meeting. The other 9 MPs are under siege. The party leader of ODM is fighting them in every meeting for going to engage with the president. What do these people from Azimio want from us? One, they say they don't recognize us. On the other hand, they want to be part of government. When we say, okay, come, we talk, they discipline the people who have come to speak to us. What are we supposed to do?
Okay, Excellency, and just as we wrap up on this, there are 2 contrasting issues here. You have talked about the masses and the people who you said are lining up at Statehouse looking for opportunities in government. I mean, the Constitution only recognizes Kenyans as one. There are no primary or secondary Kenyans. 2, during your oath of office on the 13th of September, you said that you will administer this country as the deputy president without fear, favor, or ill will. There is the aspect of qualification, competence, hard work, and meritocracy. I mean, when you describe the country as a shareholding company, figuratively you said, this is so inferior to the position of the Constitution that establishes this country as a constitutional democracy. This coming from the deputy president, isn't it appalling that you said the Kenya is more or less a shareholding company?
There's nothing appalling. It depends on the way you look at it. The people I was speaking to are more than happy. I spoke today in Tharaka. It was thunderous reception. They associate with those comments. That is the political reality of this country. Move away from theory. Governments all over the world come with their own people when they form government. And they don't go to look outside there. They look from among people they know. People who believe in what they stand for. As deputy president, I took an oath of office to serve the whole country. That is why I spent 3 days in Luo Nyanza. I was in Siaya, I was in Homa Bay, I was in Kisumu. But that does not mean for me to look national. I get somebody who was abusing President William Ruto, saying that he is not capable, that he has no idea how to run the country, and bring him into his government so that he comes and sabotage the government from within. I am saying, once bitten, twice shy. President Uhuru Kenyatta made that mistake. He brought characters into his government who did not believe in him, who did not believe in his agenda, and in the process, they messed the whole 4 big agenda. They messed the whole Jubilee transformative agenda because they did not believe in it. William Ruto will not make that mistake. He'll embrace all Kenyans from all communities, but the people to help him manage the affairs of this country are those who believe in him, are those who believe in the bottom-up economic transformative agenda, and those who believe in his leadership. Those are the men and women from across Kenya, from all communities, that he'll assemble to help him to govern this country.
Your Excellency, just a quick one. Your Excellency, to some they say you appear to be always in a combative mode. Some say at any opportunity with the mic you lecture Kenyans. Is the truthful man a bitter man?
Kenyans, just like I said, have a right to say what they want. This is democracy. Kenyans have every right to describe character. I am a person, and you should have known me by now. I speak from my heart. I say what is in my heart. I'm a truthful man. I'm an honest man. Kenyans are not used to honesty. And many people have a problem with that. And I want to tell you, let me tell you, my brother, you people of the media, demeaned me. You called me names. You drew caricatures against me. You said I'm uncatchered, I'm uncouth, I am a villager, I am all that. But on the 9th of August, the people of Kenya, 7.2 million Kenyans disagreed with you and say this man called Rigathi Gachagua, we like his style of leadership, he's a truthful, he's an honest man, we can entrust him with leadership.